Hey everyone, so this would be a Roblox gameplay test comparison here between the iPad 9 on the right versus the Samsung Tab A9 Plus on the left here. This is the base iPad 9, so this has I think 3 gigabytes of RAM and like 64 gigabytes of storage compared to the Samsung that is the more expensive version, which gives you 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. So we're going to we'll do one then the other, and we'll do a couple of different Roblox games here. We are going to start out here with the iPad 9 going into Arsenal. I'm going to start off with Arsenal because it gives you an FPS counter, which is quite nice. And we'll keep both these in max graphics as best as we can. Manual max graphics, what's the best graphics. There is an FPS counter, like I said, right up top there. And you'll see with the iPad 9, it will be staying right at 60 frames per second. It tries to go above 60 frames per second, but I do believe, I don't know, I think Roblox keeps things at 60 frames per second or less. As you'll see, it's trying to hit like 61, 62 from time to time, then it bounces right back to 60. Go ahead and we'll hit that. We'll get ourselves destroyed, and we're still at 60 frames per second. So again, this is the base model iPad. This is the cheapest iPad you can buy. This thing's been on sale for like 250 bucks here in the US quite often. So I believe this year, 2024, they are getting rid of it from being new. And then you'll be having to buy the $450 iPad 10 once this one is gone here. So I'm not going to be doing good in these games. But anyway, so 60 frames per second, max graphics, really good. Switching on over here to the Samsung A9 Plus. My apologies if I do mess up this name from time to time. I might call it the A8 Plus, I might call it the S9 Plus. But this is the A9, say like I just said. This is the A9 Plus. This is the brand new one, released here in the US, brand new. Again, max graphics. And we'll hit resume there. Again, you do have an FPS counter. For some reason on Android, it is really hard to see because it's just messed up with a bunch of other things. But on the loading screen, excuse me, we are at about 20 to 30 frames per second. So half of what the iPad is, the iPad's doing. And again, this is the 8 gigabyte version. This is the $270 version. This here in the US is 270 bucks. So this is the more expensive, the more better version, if you will. So when you're actually in the game, we are hitting around 20 frames per second. This will drop down to less than that. See, there we go. So it goes down about 16, 20. Still very playable though. I mean, I don't know if you really notice the frame drops all that much. I mean, you will notice them, but it's not gonna like, I don't think it's gonna make you not want to play, put it that way. I will say though, if you do lower the graphics quality, you will get higher frame rates. Like I put in automatic earlier before this video, and we were up to about 40, but again, it still goes down to like the 20s. So iPad 9 is definitely gonna be higher FPS, even in max graphics. And I think a big reason for that is Roblox just it kind of favors iOS over Android. Sticking here with the A9 Plus, going into the strongest Battlegrounds, did not change the graphics. Like I said, still max graphics. We'll get rid of this leaderboard if I can. There we go. So there is no FPS counter on this game. The only game I know of that has it is going to be Arsenal, like we were just playing. And you can definitely tell that this is a little bit more frame droppy, not as high a frame rate, because I mean, again, it doesn't feel terrible, don't get me wrong, but it definitely does feel a little bit laggy, if you will. Very playable, but also a little bit laggy. Just like a little bit. I'm gonna guess it's probably around 20 frames per second again. And of course, the more people that are on the battleground, the more things that are happening at one time, the worse this is gonna feel. And again, if you do lower the graphics, it should be a little bit better, because I'm getting completely beat up here. But again, I would say this is playable. This is definitely better than some other tablets out there. Going to the iPad 9, again, strongest Battlegrounds, still max graphics. And I will prove it on this one for sure. Yep, max graphics. Again, we're not changing that whatsoever in this video. And we don't really have to on this. Again, there are no FPS counter, which I wish there was. But you can just tell that this is running at a higher frame rate. It just feels a little bit smoother. So, I mean, everything just feels nice and smooth. I mean, again, I'm not really good at these games whatsoever. Not with on-screen controls. I'm terrible with on-screen controls. Got interrupted there. Ooh, look at that direct hit. So again, this feels nice and smooth. This definitely feels better than the A9 Plus. Yep, there we go. Strongest Battlegrounds, very good. Then I usually like to show off Royal High because it is a very graphically intensive game apparently on Roblox. There are certain tablets that cannot even play this game, where you'll actually just get kicked out of it. I don't know why this one. There we go. Again, we're still going to be in max graphics here. iPad 9. That is a strawberry. That is pretty funny. Okay, come on. It helps if I hit the right thing. So we do have our wings so we can fly around here. So again, this is still going to be max graphics. I'm actually surprised we're having that loading issue right there. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'm really surprised there's how it's loading in. Like as you're getting close to it. Again, frame rate is just fine. Frame rate is more than fine. There's no issues there. Just having some weird. There we go. Now it's not having the issue. As we're flying around this room here. Now we open that up, and we can come on down. And then we can do a quick teleportation here. I don't know, let's just go. Hey, there's my Sunset Island. That's what I always used to do for these videos before they did their update. Go ahead and do this teleportation here though. Let's see how this goes. Yep, yes please do. And you can see how fast it loads in, teleporting to a different place on Royal High. It should load us onto the boat, which of course it's always nighttime. Always nighttime. And like what we used to show off. Okay, I know this is really hard to see because it's nighttime, but we can still see the flames there. You can see the waterfall. That's the main thing. It's all nice and flowing and full, and the waterfall is nice and flowing and full. So excellent on the iPad 9. And then last but certainly not least, we'll go back into Royal High on the A9 Plus. And we'll let this load on in. Canceling out of it. And if you guys are, I'm not going to show it on this video because Roblox is very much would hit me up with copyrights. But if you want one for the better sound quality, the A9 Plus is definitely better. It has quad speakers compared to 2 speakers. Those 2 speakers on the same side on the iPad 9. But this definitely is going to sound, it's going to get louder for sure. But you have quad speakers, which is really nice. Okay, so still, again, max graphics. Doing the same thing here. And you can already tell this is already lagging out. So Royal High is a pretty graphically intensive game. I said there are some cheaper tablets, cheaper than this, that cannot even play Royal High. You can just see there is a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of lag, but there's definitely some, as we're getting stuck on the stairs, there's some lag. And I can barely fly around because of it. So I mean, you can already tell this is, yeah, no, this is pretty laggy. This is almost, this I would say is not very playable, not in max graphics. If we go down here, we set this to automatic. Only time I've done this throughout this entire video. It becomes a lot more playable. So again, max graphics, not so much. Automatic is a lot better. I will say it is loading in everything, which is good compared to the iPad 9. But I don't know what this puts it at. Maybe it puts in lowest graphics. I'm really not sure. But yeah, so you all let me know what you think. But if you want one for Roblox or gameplay, iPad 9 is definitely going to be a bit better, even compared to this version that has 8 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, it's playable, and just not as good as the iPad 9. Again, you all let me know what you think. As always, I really do appreciate it. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.